Alright, so this is the thread sealant I use. Permatex 59235. I'll put it in the description too. But I've been using it for years. It's really good. You don't have to use a lot either. And those studs that I got back there, you know, you really only have to put that bottom stud in first, but I just put them both in. Make my life a little easier. So I'm going to drop it in. And they give you that Allen wrench to tighten them up, but I'm going to use a little electric one. So I'll do that here in a second. I'm just going to continue to do this 18 times. Mine's a lot of stuff. Just take a couple now. The reason we put stuff on here is because it goes cool in the Vortex. It's just cool. Reading these tables. They came out thread up really good in the bottom. What I do is I bolt up the line after line here, so use like a fixer. These little bolts that go over here. Oh, nothing wrong. Everything over the adhesive that the grease I get for insulation. I'm gonna start all this up. Rice real quick. And I'll be right back, I guess. This won't be nice. It'll come out nice, but it's not in there. But I'll just be cautious. You want to take on it? Alright, so they're all as tight as you want to get them. And they're not real tight, but they're tight enough. Now it's time to install the washers and the nuts, and I'll show you how to do that. So I use an acid brush like this, and I just get it saturated real good. And I brush all the areas down around the fastener like that. A little time consuming, well worth it. Okay, that's good. I'll lay these washers out, usually like this. And just do the same thing. the side I'm putting the grease on goes up. So while I got the grease out, I'll go ahead and do the M8 bolts, which are the skinny 4 ones that go up top here. So let's go ahead and brush that on here. And we're going to tighten those last, but I'm going to go ahead and put them on there. I am putting them on the threads on these because they don't go into the coolant passages. And then the last thing we'll do is put the nuts on the studs, and I'll run them down with that ratchet, and that'll be my first torque sequence. And then I'll do it 2 more times. The end goal is 125 foot-pounds of torque. So I'll run it down with the ratchet. I'll check and make sure they're at 50 pounds. Then I'll do like 90, and then I'll do 125. So there's plenty of adhesive, plenty of lubricant on there. So I'm just gonna start threading them on there. Maybe, okay. I'm just going to lay the sequence right here so I can just follow it, but this is a little ratchet, so all I'm going to do is suck it down. See, it went down. So not very tight enough. We'll get going with our torquing it down. So I got my torque wrench set up. My first round is going to be 50 foot-pounds. So again, going in sequence. All right, now next step is going to be 90 foot-pounds. So I use tape to lock my handle down because my handle's broke. But that was 50. All right, 90. This just locks it down, just keeps me a little bit more faith that I don't spin the handle on accident. She's old, been good to me. Same sequence. All right, so now we go to 125. Should be our final torque. $125. Move it. Okay, so get this right here. Right the valve. The valve. So now I got to do the M8s to 25. Up there. Okay, so I'll just run these in by hand real quick. And they're 25, already got it set. So I'll just tighten these up and start from the center out. So one more time, I'm going to check number 1 to make sure that it is 125 foot-pounds. Just to make sure, I like to go back and check a couple of them. I got it back at 125. I just want to try a couple of them, make sure that no room for rotation. Alright, so that's 4 of them. So I'm pretty confident all of them are tight. The first few would be the only ones that would be loose, but that's it. I mean, it's done as far as head studs go. If you wanted to do one at a time, like if you still had bolts in your head and you just wanted to put studs in for some reason that you didn't want to change the gasket or whatever, you could do one at a time. Probably pretty time consuming, but you could probably get away with it. All right, so that wraps it up. The next thing we're gonna do, like I said, is get this cam stuff fixed up. I gotta get this seal lip off here. We got a new seal we're gonna put on it. So this is something that gets it's a consumable part of the seal, so it just rides on it. So get that taken off. I'm going to do the timing for y'all, show you how to time everything, and definitely got to do some cleaning. So, all right, appreciate it, guys.